Hey guys, welcome to section 6.6 day 1. We're still solving systems, but today they're not going to be they're not going to be equal signs. They're going to be the inequalities, the less thans and the greater thans, which hopefully you guys remember from last semester means all the shading, right? Above or below, solid line, dotted line, all that stuff. So let's do a quick recap. How do we just graph a single linear inequality? And remember, we just graph the line. So the y-intercept is -3. The slope is up 4 over 1, up 4, right 1. And then don't connect the dots yet. If it's greater than, we want a dashed line. We don't want to be equal. And then if it's greater than, we shade above. Okay, so remember all those rules. If we want to make a quick list here, it's a solid line if it has the or equal to. It's a dashed or dotted line if it doesn't have the equal to part. And then you shade above if it's anything with a greater. And then it's below if it's anything with a less than. Okay? So here's how you graph systems of linear inequalities. So when we have a system of inequalities, we want to find all the points that make both inequalities true. It would be impossible to list all of them, so we usually graph and shade instead. We need to graph each line separately and then look for where their shaded sections overlap. And then any points that are in the overlapping shaded parts are the solutions. All right, so pretty much, guys, all you're doing is you're graphing and shading this line, and then you're graphing and shading this line, and you're seeing where the shadings overlap. So really nothing that new today. Okay, so number 1, the y-intercept is -2, and the slope is -1 over 1. Down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, or up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1. All right, greater than. So this is going to be a dashed line, and we're shading above. Now, if you guys have two colors, this would be an awesome time to use them. Now, this line, we're starting at y-intercept of 6, and the slope is up 3, right 1, or down 3, left 1, down 3, left 1, down 3, left 1. Okay, less than or equal to would be a solid line, and less than would mean below. Okay, so where is the overlap? In which section do you guys see both colors? Isn't it this big section here? Because this is just purple, this is just blue, this is nothing. So final answer, you're just going to super shade the section that has both colors. That's your answer. So any point in this region is a solution of this system. All right, let's try one more. Number 2. Now don't forget, sometimes you have to rearrange first. So on this one, we need to get y alone. So we're going to have to subtract the x over. And then it's -y is greater than or equal to -x plus 4. And then don't forget to get rid of that -1 there. We got to divide every single piece by -1. All right, so what do we have? A negative becomes a y. Uh-oh, we divided by a negative. So do you remember what you have to do with the symbol? We got to flip it. Whenever you divide by a negative, flip the symbol. A negative negative becomes a positive x. And then 4 divided by -1 is -4. Okay, let's graph those lines. So this one, we have a y-intercept at -4. Slope is up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. And that's going to be a solid line. And less than means shading below. Okay, now the next line. Oh, this is just a vuxy. Y is always greater than 2. So vuxy, y is horizontal at 2, but it's a dashed line. So dashed line through y equals 2. Greater than means above. Okay, so we're going to shade up here. And now you guys are probably a little confused. Sometimes we have to extend the line. And if you extend it, then I think you will see the shaded region. Sometimes it is off the graph. So this section's brown, this section's purple, this has nothing. It's this little section right here. That is your final answer. And sometimes we have 3 lines. So if you guys are still with me, let's try number 3. So can you guys graph all 3 lines and see where they all intersect? And feel free to pause and try it first, and then compare with me. Okay, so line number 1, y-intercept of 2. Slope is -1/1. -1/1, -1/1. Greater than or equal to would be a solid line, and greater than is above. Okay, line number 2. This is a vuxy. Y is less than 4. So hoy is horizontal, so we have a dashed line at y equals 4. Less than means below. Okay, now last one. X is vux, right? And that's a vertical line where x equals 3. And it's going to be dashed. So we have a dashed line through x equals 3. I know this picture's crazy. Less than means left. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just look like a child scribbling now. Do you guys see a section where everything's shaded? Is there one section that has purple, blue, and yellow? It's actually like this triangle right here. So that shaded section is the intersection of all the inequalities. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Different colors really help, so I'll have colors in class tomorrow. Thanks.